Hello. Yeah, so I'm back with another Java interview questions, and today I will be covering the most asked Java at Stream API questions. And basically, all the questions will be the coding questions of the Java 8. Different questions. Firstly, I will try to cover the questions based on some list, the most asked or the most frequent asked questions from the list perspective using the Java 8, how you can solve it. Then I will go with the employee base, like there will be an employee class, and based on that we will be doing the employee operations grouping by and everything using Java 8. So let's get started. And before that, like if you haven't like, share and subscribe my channel, please like, share and subscribe my channel. And apart from this, like I've created two series where I have one series for Java coding questions I have been covered, like which has been asked in many of the companies. And apart from this, one Java most asked coding questions, or not coding questions, most asked code interview questions or interview real questions I have captured there. So there are two series on my channel. If you haven't watched those videos, please go and watch it, and let me know if you have any doubts, any suggestions for those in the comments. Yeah, let's get started. So first question today, what I will be covering, that as I mentioned, I will be covering or doing the operations of the list. So first question is like you have solved highest number in the list. If you are able to solve this highest number in a list, so that is the easy question using Java 8. But now they ask like second highest number or third highest number. So I will tell you a generic way, like how you can solve the firstly the highest number, then how you can get the second highest number or the nth highest number using Java 8 Streams API, how you can solve it. So basically what you can do, I have defined one list for this. Suppose this is the list of integers, and arrays.addList, and these are the some integer numbers. Now we will perform the stream operation. So al.stream list.stream, then what we will do, we need to find the suppose the highest number first. So dot sorted is there, which sorts by default in the ascending order. This list will be sorted after the sorted operation is called in the ascending order. Then what we will be doing, we will be calling dot find first dot get. So this way you will get the integer or the highest number, but this will be the not the highest number, this will be the lowest number, because by default this sorted operation sorts in the ascending order. Now we will do one trick here, we will pass the comparator here and dot reverse order. So now it will sort in the ascending order, but we have passed the comparator of reverse order, so it will give the sorted result into the reverse order. From descending order it will be sorting it. Then we are finding the first element using the find first. It will return the optional element, so we are calling the get method on it. Now we will simply print it. You can try, you can collect also, but I will simply print here. So if I try to print this, what we get, see here, 678 was the highest number, and 678 we are getting it. Okay, but the thing is there, now we want it, like you need to the main question was being asked is the how the second highest number you can find it from the list using Java 8. So for second highest or third highest, if anything they are asking it, just do one thing here. After this sorted operation, just pass the skip is a method. Okay, it has not been picked. Skip is a method. So for the second highest number, how skips works, skips works and -1. For the second highest number, 2 minus 1 will be skip 1, and then we are calling dot find first, so it will give you the second highest number. See here, 239 we are getting, which is the second highest number of the list. So now if they want the third highest or any highest, suppose if they want the fourth highest number, simply do skip n minus 1. So 4 minus 1, it will be 3. So just try to do this and then print it. It's a simple generic logic which will run for nth highest number if they ask. So for the first, second, fourth highest number, if you go, so 678, then 239, 234, 3, and then the fourth highest number we have the 100 here. So we are getting the output as 100. So this is the first question, like I am covering, and this these are the basic questions which services companies also ask and the product based companies also asked. So firstly I have been started with the list questions. Now the second question, what has been most asked, suppose you need to find top k in this only, like we are finding the highest number, you need to find the top k highest numbers in the list. This is the question now they want. So what you will be doing here, you will be just so basically what we can do, we need to find the top k highest numbers in the list. Means you need to find, firstly we are finding one number or second number highest number, third highest number. Like at the end we are getting, after doing the terminal operation, we are getting the single highest number. But here you need to return the k highest number. Means k can be, suppose for example k, they have asked 3. So top 3 highest numbers in the list, you need to return it from the list. So what we will be doing it, simply the same operation we will be applying. Just one more function is there for this, al.stream. We will be streaming the list. Now what we will be doing it, we will be again calling the sorting here, sorted, then collectors, no sorry, not collectors, comparator dot reverse order. It will sort into a descending order. We have got the list of the descending order. Now what will we do, we need to find the top 3 highest numbers. So there is a function called limit. This limit and skip is also there in the SQL, if you have faced the SQL interview questions also. So for like getting the second highest salary or third highest salary, these are very useful in the SQL also. So what we will be doing it, dot limit 3. Okay, now simply we have the for each loop. So it will print it one by one, as it is not a single number, so we can use the for each loop here. Now just run it. What happened? Okay, so 678, 239, 234 is the result. Let me comment out this. So we can have a better picture. Yeah, 678 is the first highest, then second highest 239, 234. So similarly, if they pass, if the five ask you the, find you the 5 highest numbers from the list. So similarly, just you need to pass the 5 in the limit function. It will return you the 5 highest numbers from the list. So this is the question. Now the next question, what they have asked, that what they asked basically, like there is an approach, you can find the maximum element using the max method of the stream API, but you need to find the max element using the reduce method of the stream API, using reduce. So reduce is another important method or function, you can say, of the stream API, which helps in getting or aggregating all the results. If you are giving two inputs, so you can easily get the sum in there, you can easily get the product there. So at the end you will be getting a single result from the reduce operation, after doing the reduce operation there of the stream API. So now we will find the max number using reduce. Okay, let me comment out this one. So we need to find the max number using reduce al.stream. We will stream the list, then we will, what we will do, we will directly call the reduce here, and here what we will do, we need to pass the two arguments. One will be the minimum value you need to pass, so integer dot min value, suppose we are passing it, then integer max you can pass here. So basically what we are doing here, if I try to explain you, we have taken the minimum value of the integer here at the sub case or the minimum case, and then we are calling or we are checking the max of this list of integers one by one. So this reduce operation, what will it will do, it will take two arguments. Minimum two arguments are required in the reduce operation. So one is the minimum case we are taking it, suppose for we need to find the sum of the list of the integer. So then we are calling integer, then we are calling the sum method and or sum operation, and then here we are passing as the minimum value of the sum is equal to 0. So that how this reduce operation works, and this reduce operation is a terminal operation, so we do not require further any terminal operation method of the stream API. So we can just simply try to collect it in any variable, or we can directly print also. If I try to print here this, so we will be getting the, okay, so we'll be getting the max element using the reduce. Yeah, so max element, as we know, 670 is there, so maximum number is also done. This is the, these questions like have been asked in many of the companies. These are the basic questions And apart from this, I will cover the most or some hard questions or some tricky questions also in this, but we'll try to cover as much as questions in this session. So now the next question, what they asked directly, like they ask, suppose the interviewer can ask, like find the duplicates in a list. Okay, so you need to find the duplicates from a list. So suppose 239 was there, and again 239 is there. Okay, so we need to find the duplicate here. So al dot stream we will do. Then we need to like one more thing will be required here, as duplicates are there, so we need to check whether that element have been previously been visited or not. So for that we have the collection that is set here required. So simple, we will be checking here there only. New has set, as set doesn't allow to hold the duplicates. So what it will do, through that filtering operation we will get easily to know like which elements are already being stored, and that elements we can print it or store it. So al dot stream we have done it. Now simple call the filter operation here. I then we need to call hs dot add of I if this element is already been added. If it doesn't try to add the element, so what it will do, it will, we can directly collect it. It can be a single element also, it can be a multiple element, so we will collect it in a list of integer duplicates. Okay, now we will print it. Okay, just a moment, it is not formatting it. Yeah, see, 239 was duplicate, so 239. But they can ask, suppose if there were multiple duplicates, instead of one here also, 0 was there. So what we will get, we will be getting the 239 and the 0 here. So that is the another question. Now what they ask generally, the another question, most of the question, if you'd seen, I have already created one Java interview series or the Java coding interview series there on my channel. So that I have already been covered, but still I am covering in this video also. This partition by I have already done, even and odd in a list. Okay, so now what we'll be doing it, first thing we will comment out this, then we need to what the question says, that you need to partition by based on the even numbers and the odd numbers. So your partition should have, or sometimes they ask like to just print the even numbers. So that in that case also we have the collectors dot partitioning by. That is the very easy way or easy approach for doing that. It returns the map of boolean, and apart from this, that list of integers of that number. So that is the way. So we will be following that way only, and we will try to do the partitioning here. So we will be applying the partitioning by whether we need to find the even numbers or we need to find the odd numbers. So simple, we will be al dot stream dot collect, then we have the collectors dot partitioning by, here we need to pass, and we need to, it accepts the predicate, so we need to give like what will be the operation. So I modulus 2 equal 0. Okay, then it will do the partitioning and it will return the map of boolean list of integers, and that will be, suppose name partition, something like that. And okay, we have to import it. Okay, so we are what we are doing it, we are partitioning based by the even numbers. Suppose what it will return you the map of the key of boolean that is true for the even numbers if this condition is true, and along with this list of integers it will collect it. And for the odd numbers it will return the odd, like the key will be false and the odd numbers. So what we can do, sys out even numbers list and just print partition. Okay, my mistake, partition spelling is wrong. So partition list dot get, for getting the value, this is true, so we will be get the even numbers, and if it is false, so we will be getting the odd numbers. Let me run this. So we are getting the even number 0, 56, 0, 100, and similarly we are getting the odd numbers list, if you see. Okay, so this was the simple question, and this question I've already covered in one of my video on my channel. Now one more list question we will cover in this session, and that will be of, suppose we need to find the, remove this, we need to find the common elements between two lists. Suppose two list. Okay, and suppose there is one more list here. Let me give the meaningful names here. First thing, list 1, this is list 2, and here what we can do, we can remove some of the elements. Suppose 5 is not there, then 240 is not there, then 7 is not there, then 700 is not there. Okay, so we have now the common elements are 100 is there, 239 is there, 56 is there, and 9 is there. So it should come in a list or something like that. We will try to do it here. So list 1 dot stream, what happened, stream, and then we need to filter, and here what we will be passing it, list 2, and we have one contains method here that we will be calling it if list 1 dot streaming it, and if list 2 contains these elements, so we will be collecting it into a list. List, suppose integer common elements. Okay, now we will try to print these common list elements. Yeah, those elements which are common, 56, 239, if you see what happened, 56, 239, then 9, then 100, and then to 239, because 239 is coming as twice, so that's why it is coming as twice, otherwise it should come as one time. So what we can do, we have the distinct operation also, that is totally fine, but we will try to remove the duplicate elements from the resultant. Now it is perfect. 56, then 239, then 9, and then 100. These are the common elements between two lists. Earlier 239 was coming twice because 239 was being repeated in the first list, so it was capturing the both the elements at the different things. So that's why it was coming, and it to remove this we have used the distinct method here further on. So what we are doing it, we are streaming the first list, then we have the filter, calling the filter operation, that is the intermediate operation, then inside that we are checking it list 2, if list 2 contains, you will using the method difference operator here, and if list 2 contains these elements, so we are calling on the on those elements if they are distinct, and we are further on we are collecting into the collectors.to list. So this is the question, and I guess we have covered many of the list questions as of now. And now what we will move to the string operations all. I will keep this whole code somewhere else. Mm, so that we can I can move this into my git repo further on for your use case. Yeah, so these we have covered the list operations, all that everything is being covered from the list perspective. Now we will remove this all thing. Now what we will do, we will try to cover the string related questions of Java 8. So there are some string questions which are being most repeated also, and some of there are already being there on my channel. Two questions are of same type. First is find non-repeated uh, find first non-repeated character in a string. Okay, using Java 8. So what we will do, we will define one string, and suppose we are defining the string as we need to find the first non-repeated na? So we can define suppose suppose Java program. So where here we need to define check which of the characters are the first non-repeated one. And what we will be doing it, we are using the stream API. So string dot we will try to convert into the integer stream, then we will try to call dot map to object, and we need to typecast it based on the character dot value of is their method. I okay, then char is there. Then what we can do, we need to collect it based on the frequency of each and every element, and then based on the hash map iteration we will be checking which is the character which is first find first character which is being not repeated. Dot collective. Okay, I guess something we have done wrong, it is not taking our eclipses. I guess character dot value will be based on the, yeah. So basically there is, I guess, one mistake I have done. So instead of calling here this character dot value of, it is not required. Like we are basically typecasting already in cat, so it will return the character of integer or character stream. One by one character will be mapping from integer stream to. But we can remove also. So what we will do, if as of now, like we will remove it. Unnecessary we are typecasting it. Otherwise we can pass this character dot value here also. But the safest way, I will try to remove it. Dot collect collectors dot grouping by function dot identity is there, comma collectors dot counting is there. Yeah. So what it has been done, we are converting into integer stream, then we are mapping to object one by one. We are trying to typecast into that integer stream to char stream, and then we are collecting based on the like which characters are being repeated. So this functional identity will return the same value where what it takes the input. So j is coming how many times? So j is coming one time in this whole string. So j will be the key and value will be 1. So it is hash map will be of map of long comma string, map of long comma character, sorry. Yeah. So now what will be doing it? This hash map also we will stream it. Entry set dot stream. Now we will be checking, calling the filter operation. I dot get value equal the first character which is coming the one time, dot find first is there, and dot get is there. So this will give you, okay, we have not imported this. So this will give you the first non-repeated character in a string. If you try to figure out, so j is the first non-repeated character in this case, so it will come only that. We can store it, but I will directly print it. Yeah, let me run this. Okay, something happened wrong. Why j is not coming here? Mm-hmm. I guess we need to print the hash map, then we need to check it. That is the better approach, because j we are not repeating anywhere, right? It is giving the p. I think we have done something wrong in this program, so that's why. Let me check once. So what we will be doing it, let me try to print this map only first thing, so let it will be very much clear about it. Which bracket is much more missing? Yeah. So what it will return? It will return us the map of long along with the character. Not map of character, sorry, and along with the counting as the long values. I just reversed it. So p is coming one time, then a is coming three times, then r is coming two times, v is coming one time. Similarly, these are the characters. So if you try to see it, so basically what it returns the map, or basically a hash map of character as a key, and its long as a value of with the it is counting of that particular characters of, or the frequency of those characters. So there, that is the approach. That hash map, what I got the wrong thing is there, that hash map doesn't preserve the insertion order, like in which way it is trying to insert it, the same way it should like preserve it. Like j was coming first, so the j should be stored at the first, so that's why we are getting the p. The program is totally correct, but the thing is that we have used the hash map. By default it is using the hash map to try to store or maintain the insertion order of the elements. So what we will do it here, we will just remove this. Okay, now one more thing we will do here, when we are grouping by na, so we will pass the, there is a collection method of hash map only, that is the linked hash map, which is having the advantage only that it stores the uh, elements in the insertion order only. Now if you try to run this program, so you will get the j as the first non-repeated character. Simple. Yeah, see here. Okay, okay. We want the character na, dot map I dot get key. Just map it. Just we need the, it is returning again the hash map only of that particular object. It is returning, we want the key only, not the value. So we will just call the map. Yeah. So first non-repeated character in a string is j. Now you got it na? So just remember things when you are solving this first non-repeated or repeated character, just try to store this into the linked hash map. Now for similarly the second question of this is that you need to find the first repeated character in a string. Yeah, so if you see here, the first repeated character is A, so it should return a A. Just we need to take change one initial logic, that instead of checking whose frequency is 1 and checking the find first, we will not do anything with the find first. Just remove this checking of getting the frequency of 1. We will check whose frequency is greater than 1. Okay, whose frequency is greater than 1, we are mapping that particular key and we are returning the find first we are calling. So first particular key will be returned whose frequency is greater than 1 of that particular character. So see here, A is there. So this is a generic code. Here you can try with the like set also. Has set, you can try to store that duplicate element and then you can return it. But try to learn this approach. It is a simpler approach. Just two things are we are doing it. For both the problems, there is simple approach. For first one, first non-repeated, we are getting or checking whose frequency is 1. Or for first repeated character, we are checking whose frequency is greater than 1. So that is the main core problem. Now we will try to solve the another problem of the string. Okay, so another problem, like what they can ask, they can ask you need to find a reverse a string in Java using the Java Streams API. So that is the thing. And how you, yeah, so how we will be reversing the string? We will try to use the Java, like using string builder, and apart from Java, there are multiple approach. There is a reverse method also, but we will not use that. We will, as the main focus is that how we can try to reverse this particular string. This is the suppose given string, and you need to reverse it into the you need to reverse basically each and every character of this particular string. So how you will do? We will try to do integer stream is there for. So in integer stream we will pass the range, suppose, and range will be that from 0 to length of that particular string. So length you can do, suppose str dot length. Okay, and after that we will try to map to object. His method is there, object, and then we will I dot str dot char at, then we will be passing the what is the length of the string, suppose, as we need to reverse it, right? So str dot char length, and then minus 1 for length, and then we will be subtracting each and every time I also what we are getting from the integer string, and then dot map, and then what we will be doing it string, and we will be calling that for mapping into or converting into the string, calling the string value of method is there. So we'll be calling that, and then we will be collecting into dot collect is there, and we have the collectors dot joining is there for getting the string. Okay, multiple errors are coming. What we have missed? Somewhere a bracket is being missed, so that's why it is coming. Okay, my mistake. Instead of comma it will be collect, and import it. Then what it will be, suppose we try to assign it in the local variable. Let us check what we are getting it on reversing. Reversed string is, yeah, so that is being reversed. Now similar way there is another approach. Okay, let me tell you what we are doing. Firstly, let us explain this. So we are streaming, we are using the integer stream dot range, and then we are passing that from 0 to length of that particular string. It will convert into the integer stream, and then what it we are doing, we are converting, we are mapping into object, and one by one we are getting each and every character of from this integer stream of that string. And by how we are mapping it, we are mapping from the reverse order. Like from here we are getting the first character as m here with the help of the string dot length -1, and I will be initial 0. Then say one by one it will give you the integer stream of that length. So then again it will be I, and then after that we are getting each and every character, and then we are trying to convert into the string using the string value of method is there. Then we have the collectors dot joining of. So this we are collecting it, these all the characters, and using collector dot joining it will convert into another again into the string. So that is the approach we are following it. So that is the reverse string program. Another way is there, that what we can do, we have the collections or reverse list method. We convert this string into list, and then we have the collections or reverse something like that method, and then we can further map using the string value of, then we can call collect collectors or joining. So that is the approach. But if you see, this is the simpler approach, but the thing is that you need to remember this how this int stream works and what are its method. Then we are mapping to object, then we are converting again into string, and then we are collecting into collector or joining. So just you need to remember this thing, these two things, these two methods: integer stream, map to object. And then map to object is a common method. If you check, it has been used in most of the questions, or we will be using into the most of the questions. So next question what they ask, once we have reversed it, so the similar question is there, how you get the palindrome. So simpler you can do, you have reversed it, you can simply call the equals method and you can get it. Yeah, so for palindrome of string, what I was saying, that we can simply check whether this reverse equals to this str. If it is true, if it will be true, so that means that given string was the palindrome. That is the case using if or else. Or other way, what we can do it, there is another approach using the int stream dot range, and we will try to solve using that approach, because you can do easily this if or else block. If I've already done the palindrome of reverse string. Now we will check, there is an approach that we try to use the same int stream range method, but we will check till the middle of this particular string. We have the range method here, suppose, and then what we will be doing, we will be checking 0, not oh sorry, and then str dot length by 2. So this will, you will be getting the middle of that particular int stream dot range till middle of this particular string, and in middle only we will check the first character and the last character. If both are equal, so that means that particular string is the what I say, that particular string is the palindrome one. Yeah. So we have again dot all match method is there. So we will try to use that only. Like the simpler way is that only, but we will try to let you know that there is a one more approach that I'm telling you here. So I suppose, and then str dot char at I equals str dot char at str dot length -1 and minus I. Okay, so this will what it will give you, it will give you the boolean whether this particular, if it is matches the first character and the last character of this particular range, so of that string, so that means it is palindrome. Trust me, like this solution, like recently I am aware about it. Earlier I was also doing this solution only, but trust me, this is a simpler approach. If you try to solve the problems using int stream dot range, so that is the simpler approach to approach these problems using Java 8. Yeah. So what it can, it will, it should give you, it should give you the false because it is not palindrome. Let me give some custom message. Yeah. So Java program is not the palindrome because it is doing it. Suppose we are checking till str dot length by 2. So here if you see the length, total length, we have the 7, 7, 10, 11 is there. Okay. So 11 by 2 means in the integer value you will get the 5. To from 0 to 5 it will be streaming it into stream.range. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 till 5 it will be checking it. Then further or we are calling all match, any match. These are some certain methods which accepts the predicate inside that. That if it is so str dot char at I, so initial it is 0 suppose. So 0 is j here, and then we are checking the last character of this. So it is if p is equals to j, no. Then similarly a is equals to a, yes. Then v is left here, and then after that what it will do, if in the first only it is checking it. If j is equals does not equals to p, so it will return the false, and that's why it is not palindrome. Now let us take us the positive case. Suppose madam is there, suppose. So here the length is 5. So what you will be getting here after 5 by 2, you will be getting the 0 and 2 till 2, 0, 1, 2. So here we will be checking it like 0, 1, 2. So initial is str dot caret I 0, that is ma'am. Then str dot length, how much length is there? My mistake, I was telling, I think the earlier approach was wrong, not this approach. Str dot length, so str dot length is total of 5. 5 minus 1, 4. 4 minus 0, so it is 4. 4 and 0. So what is the fourth character? If you see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, m. So this m is equals to this m, and similarly this a equals to a. So this how it will be checking it. And for 0, 1, 2 it was there, right? So the for 2 it will be not going that, it will be checking only the m or a. If these two are equal of these two of the last, so that's how this is forming the symmetry also. There is symmetrical problems in Java specifically. So if you see if you remove the d, so or if you are keeping the d, so this is forming the ma, and here it is forming ma. So it is a symmetry. So we are checking these elements only, am and ma, and the first element, the last element is same. So that's how, like earlier also for Java program, it is checking that way only. If I tell you, so basically what it was doing, yeah, let me explain you this negative scenario. I think I have explained you wrong. So what is doing str dot length by 2. So we are getting the 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here is there. So 0 till 0 till 0 to 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. So till p will be considering it. And how we are checking it? To j, and then after that it will be checking the last element, not from this. So this how this is palindrome program is running here. So now let us cover some another question of the string only. Let me remember, like what else they can ask from you. And if you are aware of any of the solution of the problem, you can just fast forward also of the video. So now we have covered the reverse also, we have covered the palindrome also, we have covered the repeated, non-repeated also. So this is fine. And apart from this is anagrams and other things are also being done by Java, but today I'm not covering that. And for that I've covered already. There is a session of video on Java, group anagrams and valid anagrams using Java 7. So just go and watch it using hashmap. It is very simple. And then now what we will be doing it, we will be moving to the employee problems. So we will be calling, we will be creating one employee class for that. Not sure where the employee class exists. Into search. Okay, this will be the Pojo class. Employee already exists, I guess. Let us leave something else. We can give the name. Suppose emp we have created. Okay. Now what we'll be doing it, we will be suppose private, and the fields will be suppose integer id is there, then private string name is there, then private double salary is there, then private gender is there, and then private, what else we will be needing it, id is there, name is there, salary gender हो गया, and apart from this हाँ department is left for covering our interview questions. Yeah, so this is done. Now we will create one constructor. Then we will create the getter and setters. Select only getters. It is not taking the fields. Why? Yeah. If setter is required, so we will keep it later on. Now, okay. So we have get one Pojo class, simple employee Pojo class, which is having the ID, name, salary, gender, department, and along with the getter matrix and the constructor for initialization purpose. Now we will move to the employee problems. Again, I am removing this, keeping somewhere else. Here only I will keep it so that I can store into this common. And removing the questions also. Yeah, so first thing is that we need to initialize this particular list of the employee. How we will be creating the list of emp, emp only I am taking the, I will take the meaningful name, arrays dot as list, then new emp, and in constructor what we need to pass, id, name, salary, gender, department. id, name, salary is there, suppose. Now one we have created, we will simple copy it. Yeah, that's enough. Now we will put some data, random data, 3 4, okay, 5 6, 8,000 is there, 9,000 is there, 5,000 is there, 3,000 is there, 2,000 is there, suppose. And this is 2 hour of IT department, 2 hour of HR department, and 2 hour of sales department, suppose. John, Bob, any other name we can give. Suppose we give the name as Rick. Yeah, so some random names we have given it. Now what we'll be doing it, our first problem will be, suppose we need to find the, suppose, highest salary of employee from this list. Okay, let me write the question. So what will be doing it? Yeah, so for finding the highest salary or finding the second highest, third highest, here also I will be writing the generic code. Otherwise, for simply finding the highest salary, we are having the max function. We can directly use and we can get the max highest salary here. But what we will be doing, we will be writing the generic code as I mentioned, which can be further used for highest salary or second highest salary. Dot stream, we will be streaming the list of employee. Okay, and then we are having the sorted method again, we'll be using it. Comparator dot comparing, and the salary is of double type. Emp is there, then get salary reversed. Okay, then we have sorted, we have comparing based on the salary, comparing double, and we are reversing so that we can get in the descending order. Then that's it, we get the find first, we will be getting it dot get. What happened, why it is not moving to second line? One more thing we can do, I'm thinking of. It is not taking here, something we missed off. We remove the bracket here. So here what we are doing it, we are written the generic code as I mentioned. We are sorting this list of employee based on the comparator. Two things are there: comparable, comparator. I've discussed in my last interview session. I will not go in detail. So using comparator, we can sort based on multiple fields. So we are using the comparator based on comparator or comparing double. We need to sort based on the salary, and then further on we are calling the reversed function so that we get it this sorting done in the descending order. And then we are calling dot find first, so we will get the single employee object with the highest salary, and then we are calling the get. Now there is one more trick is there. If suppose interviewer asks just you need to print the salary, so just call the get salary method of that particular method, and then you can easily print that particular salary only, not object of employee. You got it right. Like basically instead of printing the whole object, you can print a single field or single salary also. That is also sometimes interviewer can ask as per the expectation, you can, or as per the requirement. Yeah, it is printing like this because we don't have implement the toString method, so it is printing like this: source generate toString. See here, the highest salary was 9,000 and we are printing getting this. And similarly, as I mentioned, if you want to print just this salary, so just call it dot get salary, and you will get the salaries, just the salary, not the whole object of employee will come if you see in this case. Okay, simple. Now we need to find the another question is there. As I mentioned, this is the generic solution, so they can ask you the second highest, third highest, or sometimes they can ask you the find the three highest or find the k highest salaries of the employee. Like you need to find the three largest salaries of this employee list. So for that we have the limit option, which we have used for the list of integers. But for finding the second highest, we need to call the skip function, second highest salary of an employee. Wait a moment. Dot skip second highest means n minus 1, just always remember. So 2 minus 1 skip 1. Yeah, okay, it is already having that. So second highest in this case it should be 8,000, just the salary we are printing. Yeah, okay. Now two questions are done, highest salary and second highest. Now another question comes here. You need to group by department in an employee list. So basically using Java 8, you need to group by the department. Like this IT department is will be the key and how many employees are there in that department. So that's how. So for that, again we will call this employee list dot stream dot collect is there. Basically we need to group by. So always grouping by is done based on the collectors dot grouping by. And here we will be calling employee get department. How that getter method is defined. Get department is there. Just copied. Yeah, that is done as collector. Collect is a terminal operations. Nothing further is required as once we have called the collector here. So based on the department, it will group by. Sales department, how many employees are there? Two, which is Daryl and what happened? Which is Daryl and Carl. Okay. And then further for HR department, how many employees? Two. That is Max, sorry. And apart from this, Rick is there. And for IT department, only one employee is there, which is Bob only. Okay. So that's how this grouping has been done based on the key as the department and values are like how many employees are there. And further, sometimes if they ask based on like how you can further group by, like you have done the group by based on department. Now they can ask each and individual field also sometimes based on the department. Yeah, so sometimes what they can ask, or basically, if you have group by based on department, you can they can ask like they does not want that particular department key, or they sometimes they just want the employee object. So sometimes they just want the department key only, and values are not required of the employee object. So you can what you can do, it will return a hash map. It is returning based on that map of string, and apart from this list of employees, the value. So you can further entry set further stream this hash map, and you can map it, and then you can according to requirement you can I dot get value, you can map it, and then further you can collect it, or you can use the for each there for printing it. So that is the way, like if they ask you the just to print the key or the value. Okay. And now like what they can ask, suppose like you need to count the genders, like how many count genders in list of employee. Okay, like how many males are there and how many females are there. Okay, in this case suppose, and this is also suppose female, and so it's two males and two females are there, that we need to return it. So how we can do it, again employee list dot stream and dot collect collectors dot grouping by employee get gender होगा, but let us copy this method. What happened? Okay, that class is closed. Okay, leave it. We will have this dot get gender, and counting is there, right? And just print it. It will also return a hash map. Trust me guys, these questions I have covered from various sites, various interview experiences, and or sometimes like some of my friends have given these interviews. So these questions are the frequent asked questions. Apart from this, there are other questions also, but these questions are the frequent asked question. Why it is given 4? Something we have messed up. 3 male is there and 2 female is there, right? Why one more it is getting from where? Acha, yeah, my mistake. Total four male employees are there and two female are there. So that is the correct result. Let me run show you the result again. Yeah, perfect. Four male employees are there and two female are there. So that's how this hash map is returning it. And that's the requirement, that how many male and female employees are there. So further on, you can filter it also. Like Java, it is that like for remembering the methods, as much as you go in deep and as much as you practice with this, similar to how you practice a DSA and lead code problem, you will be more capable or more efficient for using these Java methods. Okay. Now the next question is there. Suppose you need to find the employees who have the same salary. This question is very important. This question was being asked in one of the banking companies. It seems to be the simple question, but this is a tricky question. It is not a direct question that you need to group by, or you need to count the gender, or you need to find the highest salary or second highest salary. So you need to find the employees who are having the same salary. Suppose Bob and Maggie is having 9,000, and suppose Carl is also having the 3,000. Okay, so what we have to do, we need to find the employees who are having the same salary. In this case, 9,000 is the one case Bob and Maggie is having, and 3,000, that is Daryl and Carol. Okay, so how we will approach this problem? We will firstly employ list, try to convert into the list. Like, not sorry, list is already there. Try to convert into a hash map based on the salary. So stream dot collect collectors dot grouping by and group by based on the salary. Yeah, so it has been grouped by based on the salary, so we get the hash map based on like the value is the map of double, and the value key has a double of salary, and the value will be of list of employee who's having that grouping. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to find, or we need to filter it out basically, who are having the same salary. This will give a hash map. Then further we will stream this hash map to get the persons who are having the same salary. We are streaming it. Then I dot get value greater than 1 dot map. Suppose we are doing it I dot get key and dot collect collectors dot to list. But there it is giving the error, because the thing is that it is forming the hash map of key as a double of salary and value is list of employee. So when we are streaming this hash map, so it is a list of employee, and then further we are collecting into list of employee. So instead of using the map here, the our requirement will be that we'll be using the flat map here. Yeah, so basically what we are doing here, we are yeah, so basically, if you see here, what we are doing it, we are streaming the list. We are grouping by based on the salary. So we are getting one hash map, and that hash map, if you see properly, so that hash map will be having the key as a salary, which is of double type, and value is list of employee, not employee. So that's why when we are doing the filtering, so we are doing the filtering on the single employee object, not on the list of employee object. So that's why it is giving the error. So to resolve this error, what we will doing it, we will be just passing the size here. So this suppose we have, for example, 9,000 is having once as a key, and its values are Bobby and Maggie, and Bob and Maggie. So its values, if you see this two objects, whole objects, Bob and Maggie, who's belong to 9,000 as a key. So 9,000 keys having more than one value, that particular list of employee, if you we are streaming based on the list of employee whose size is greater than 1, means like in the hash map, that 9,000 and is belongs to two objects of list, and whose value of that particular list is having more than one, that is Bob and Maggie. So we will be getting one list in which we will be getting two objects, Bob and Maggie, whose salary is having the 9,000 and other things. So that's why we were getting that error. And further on, if I still try to run this program, so it will still give me the error. What happened? Okay, we are not printing it. Guys, if you are aware of some of the questions, so please fast forward my video. But I have covered the most as I mentioned questions here. And please like, share, and comment also. Like I receive less comments on my channel. Not sure like if you're getting each and everything. So yeah, so see here what we are getting it. We are getting the key as we are mapping it. We are getting the keys whose are having the 9,000 and the 3,000. So in this case, we are mapping the key. But now if we want to have the list of employee, so what way we will do? Like our main motive was we need to find the employees who have the same salary, but in our case what we are doing it, we are filtering the those salaries which are coming more than one in the list, and we are mapping only the keys, and we are so the same is collecting to a list and the same is being printed here 9,000 3,000. So that is not the right approach. Now what we will do, like if I try to do direct I dot get value, then but it is list of employees, so it won't allow, or it shouldn't be, because that will be list of employee. Okay, it is allowing it somehow. Let me check what is the consequences. 3,000 Carl is having, then Daryl is also having, then Bob 9,000 is having. Wait. Maggie is also coming, right? Bob, Maggie, Daryl is coming, and Carl is coming. So basically on running this program, it is what it is giving. If I try to explain you more, maybe I was wrong, that instead of getting one list, I was telling the different approach. I want a list in which is having the duplicate all the salary employee objects. But here if I try to observe it, so we are having one list object. Inside that there is a list in which two objects are stored. One is employee id equals to 2, and one is employee id equals to 3. And that if you see, two lists are there. Inside list, one is the list pair, and the another list pair is this employee id equals to 5. And then we are having the id equals to 6 and 5, which is having the salary is 3,000. So one pair is this, and then comma, second pair is this. So basically it is giving the result as a list of employee using the map. As it was the list of employee, then we are mapping it based on the duplicate salaries on the values one, and then again we are collecting to list. So that's why it is coming list of employee, not here it is forming a list of employee. So to avoid it, sometimes interviewer can ask like that this is not the right approach. They want a single list only, where all the employees whose salary was duplicated should come here. So for that, what we can do, we can use, as I mentioned, the flat map here. Yeah. So now it will give you. Can't. What happened? Something has been broken down here. Okay, so we are using the flat map, and then after I dot value, so it will be list of, right? So we want to stream that list also. That was and if I try to print it, so it will be a single list whose salaries are the same objects. It will not form the pair. So based on the requirement, whichever suits you best, or as per the interviewer, so just do it. If you see, it will be a single list. ID, firstly 9,000 salaries are coming, then 3,000 salaries are coming. Okay, so that is the thing. Now if suppose interviewer can ask, now if they want the minimum salary of these, like 3000 the salary, or the maximum salary, that is the 9000 salary objects only. So then what we can do, we can just pass that particular what we can say, we can map it into the minimum method. So that's why it will take it like. So what we can do, basically we can do, use map min function, that will be comparator dot there is map dot entry dot comparing by key is there, right? Use that directly. And now what's the error is there? Acha, we are not passing that. Yeah, so basically we are doing min function, we are calling it, then we are comparing by key and then calling the flat map. So what it will happen, we are based on the comparing on the key, right? So we are having suppose two objects, so it will take only the one object. So now that particular flat map will not be much suited here. So instead of that, we will be using just map here, as it is a single object. And again it is forming wait, stream also we need to remove. It will return the optional value, so this can't be collected into the list. Now if I try to return the result, so it will give you the 8000 employee to 8000 employee, or not 8000, it will be 3000 employee minimum value as we are taking it. So that is the case. Yeah, 9000. Then after from this, like if sometimes if the interview can ask you the minimum salary, so it will give you the 3000 salary. Okay, I think I was thinking about some different question and I have messed up here. So just to give a good better approach, just forget this thing. If you would want to have the minimum salary, so inside the grouping by only you can consider this minimum instead of collectors dot grouping. Just consider this scenario and it will cover everything. I was thinking about different question and it got messed up. Yeah, just forget about that. Just think that we are grouping based on the salary. We are getting the and hash map based on the salary and its value is list of employee. So that's why we are filtering on, while iterating the hash map, we are filtering on that particular list of the size, like 9000, how many employees of list of employees are there, so whose size is greater than 1. Then we are mapping it's based on the value one by one object, and then we are collecting into collector dot list, which will form the list of employees, as I told you. Which will form to you the two pairs, which is one 9000 and other one is what happened here, it is not running. Yeah, so one 9000 salary is being formed here, and the other one is the 3000 salary is being formed. Okay, so based on the salary whose value is greater than 1, so it will filter that and it will map it, and then it will collect in your collectors dot to list. So 9000 to 3000 are having the same salary, so that's why we are returning it and we are collecting to a list. Yeah, I think this got messed up. Yeah, let's move on to the next question. If you have any doubts, further doubts on this question, please let me know in the comments or reach me on the top right. It's my mistake, like I was thinking about some other question and it messed up totally. Yeah, so now what we will another question is that convert, you need to convert the employee list to map. Okay, and you need to convert this list of employee to map, basically they've asked. And the key and values you can consider, suppose id is the key and name is the value. So here what is the will be the approach, we will be using the collectors dot to map basically for solving this problem. So let's get started. emp list dot stream, we will be doing it dot collect collectors dot to map is there. Okay, and now we need to pass that particular get id. Okay, and employee dot get, what is that particular method? I guess get name is there, right? Hmm. So it will return a map based on the id as a key and name as the value. Okay, let me print this. Yeah, one is the, this is the map, one is the key and John is the value. Similarly, two is the id and Bob is the value. So that's how it is coming. But now the thing is that suppose ids are duplicated here in this scenario. If IDs are duplicated, so as we are just converting, we are just playing with the ID and just the name. But sometimes, if they in the real scenario, if you are having considering this employee as whole object as a key and its values are different, then for considering this duplicate ID scenario, you need to override the hash code and equals method. Okay, suppose this is also 2. Now let me run my map. How the hash map is being formed here. Okay. So it is giving the error because duplicate key Bob is exist. So how to resolve this value? So for resolving this value, we need to just modify our hash map here only. So what we need to do, we need to modify our map such that it either holds the old value or it either holds the new value of the ID. So for just what we will doing it, we will be playing here only. We will just do a comma, and there is a way that you can explicit tell the hash map that which value you need to consider. New value. Okay, and then lambda expression, and we want to consider the old value only of id. So this how duplicated values or of ids or of the keys are handled while we are converting from list to hash map. Just remember this thing. Or sometimes if you want that you need to have the new value instead of the old value, like here suppose old value is what we can say Bob, 2 is there with Bob, and new value is 2 with Maggie, so it will be replaced with 2 with Bob only. Old value will be coming. But if you want to 2 with Maggie, so here you need to consider as the new value, old value, new value, and then lambda expression we need to consider that tell the hash map that we need to consider the new value only. Okay, now if I try to run this program, it will run it and it will consider the old value. See here, 1 John, 2 Bob, 4 Ricky, 5 Daryl, 6 Carl. Third one is not coming, third one doesn't exist, and it was 2 and it belongs to Maggie, so that's why it is not coming. We have overridden it that we have explicitly tell the hash map that we want the old value out of old value and new value. So this is the way when we have when we are playing or converting the list into hash map or map. Just remember this thing when we have the duplicate keys. But when we are considering the keys, like suppose if employee was the key in the hash map and value is different, and then again the IDs are duplicated, then we need to consider the override the hash code and equals method, and both are considered to be overridden. Okay, so this is one problem. Now next problem, let us move. So what we can do, and next problem, suppose it considered suppose find the employees. We have given just a moment, let me check we have passed the year or not. Okay, we haven't passed the year. Private int year, and just pass the year also, comma, not int year. The next question belongs to this only, so that's why I've added one more parameter, year. Source generate getter setters. Yeah, okay. to string also required. Let us again pass the to string. Okay, we need to pass the year also. Hmm. So years are also passed. Now we need to find the employees who joined. Suppose who joined after the 2010. Find the employees who joined. Suppose this is a real time scenario. Who joined the organization after 2010. Yeah, so how we'll be approaching this problem? We need to filter it basically, and for filtering it, we will be streaming this list as usual. And dot filter. I Simple question is there, but the thing is that you should be aware of each and every operation when it should be used. Why to use collect? Just use now. Yeah. So let us check the output first. The employees who joined after 2010 are Daryl, Carl, and Bob and John. Four employees are there out of six. Okay. Yeah. 2017 John joined, then 15 Bob, then 11 Daryl, then Carl 20. So this how the filtering works here. And then after that, if I remember some more questions. So what we can do. So one more question is there, similar to what we have done, who have the same salary. You need to find the employees who have the same names. Suppose Ricky was there here, Ricky was there here, Ricky is here. Or no, okay, Daryl is there, Daryl is here. So you need to give me the employees who have the same names. Whether you give me the employee object or whether you give me the employee name also, not employee name, give me the employee object. Just collect the way like I have done with the same salary way. Try to use the map also approach and try to use the flat map also approach. This question I am not solving it. This question I want you to solve. Solve on your own and tell me the approach or tell me the answer or solution also in the comments if you are able to solve, or if you have any doubt on that, if you get stuck, firstly try to figure out for yourself. If not, if you found any further doubts, then ping me in the comments. I will make us the solution on that. But trust me, this is a similar solution of this same salary one only. So I'm leaving this problem. uh, One bonus question will be there, like one another important question I just got to know. So one another important question what I can cover here, that one vowel and consonant question is there. Like suppose string is given, okay. In that you give the count of vowels and consonants using Java 8. Using Java 7 it is very easy, like using Java 8 also it is easy. So let's do here. So suppose string str equals to given as the same input I am telling you in the which the interviewer has asked. Suppose hello world is there, and here you need to give the outputs as the number of how many vowels are coming and how many consonants are coming. So if you consider it, so E and O are the vowels here, and then again other than that we are having all the consonants. So we need to print the frequency of that. So what we will doing it, we will stream it. This we will try to convert this into the characters only, into the integer stream, and then we will try to convert into character using the map dot to object one method. So let's get started. But basic approach will be there, that we convert to lowercase, so that everything it should be there into lowercase. The basic scenario I'm covering. In this scenario it is different, like H is one only capital, but suppose L was capital and one L was smaller. So just ask with the interviewer, just clarify on it, that whether they consider this lowercase or uppercase, in which they want output. Dot cats dot, what will be doing it for, other than that there are spaces is there. One way is there that you break this string into string array and then you further stream it. Other way is there, you check whether this particular character is a letter, or it is having the digit. There is some matter directly, if I can check. I dot is such, it is not taking up. Just try with that approach also. I am just print telling you the method is there. Is letter or digit is the method for that, so we are using is letter for this. Dot map to object is there. Okay, and then I, and we will typecast the similar way as char to, then C, not C, sorry, I only. Then what we'll be doing it, we will be using the partitioning by for creating a map. Why it is taking arguments? Collectors dot partitioning by is there, right? Using Java 7 also it is a, you need to use the for each loop. Firstly you need to convert into character array, but as the question was asked that you need to use Java 8 only, then we need to follow this approach. There are other approaches also, but we will follow this approach only, as this seems to be the simple one. A E I O U dot index of is their method, if it contains that particular vowel inside that string. If it is there, so what we can do, we can check if it is there, so it should be greater than or equal to 0, those index values. Okay, then comma, we need to pass the collectors dot joining, so that we can get a string. Not joining, sorry, my mistake. Why we don't need the collectors joining, we will passing the collectors dot counting, because we need to count the number of vowels and we need to count the number of consonants. Yeah, and this will be returning a map basically, and that map will be of string comma long, not string, it will be boolean comma long, my mistake. And then what we will do, we will try to, based on the boolean values like true and false, we will check the get the vowel value, and then the vowels count plus is there hs dot get true. Okay, then we will get the consonants. Consonants. Yeah, if you see, vowels are 3 and rest are consonants. 4, 4, and apart from this 5, 6, 7, and 3, A, E, O, O. O is repeating, so it is coming twice. Other than that, it is rest are consonants. So that's how it is being partitioning by. We are not putting the distinct, otherwise this L will also come one time. Otherwise, if you want to remove this duplicate value, so you can put the distinct on the characters before partitioning by. That is the approach. But if I try to explain you, so we have converted into lowercase, then we are converting into integer of stream of cats, then we are filtering whether it is a letter or not, then we are converting into map to object for converting into the character one by one, and then we are collecting or collecting dot partitioning by we are doing it, and we are checking it if this particular character belongs to this string, if it is having the index of this in this string, suppose 0 1 2 3 4 is there. So when e comes, so e belongs to the one index, so 1 is greater than equal to 0, so that's how it's counted. So it counts on the all the vowels with the value as true, then rest it counts at the partitioning. But what it does one operation in the true, and the rest operation false, the negative scenario or the consonant scenario is being counted in the false scenario. So that's how the consonant is being counted using collectors dot counting. Yeah guys, so that's it from my side. I've covered the basic some list operations questions, employee operation question, and the string operation questions also using the Java IT Stream API. And trust me, these are the most asked question. And apart from this, I will be making more videos on the Java IT Stream API questions, or the much more difficulty level of that particular questions. So these are the some simple level also, and these are the difficulty level also questions. So that's it from my side. If you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Share it to your friends who are preparing for the Java interviews, and reach me in the comments for any doubts. And I want the solution of it. Let me check like how many people are able to solve this problem. Just mention it. If you are not providing the solution, just mention it that you are able to solve the problem who are having the same names. Find the employees who have the same names. Just try to figure out on your own. If you stuck, then let me know in the comments or reach me in the top mid. Yeah, and please comment like how you are getting the content, whether the content is good, if any issues are there. Like earlier I was getting the comments like the mic was issues were there, but now I'm not getting any comments on that, so please let me know. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. I will get back to you with the next video soon. Thanks. Bye.